Play land. Trigger. Gain life. Draw a card. Land. Create a bug. Perfect. Do this. Drew a glass. Flubs. Land. Draw a card. Bug. Hey friends, welcome back to MTG. My name is Ken, and today we have a doozy of a commander. We are finally trying our hands at playing Flubs the Fool. So if you've seen some of my other Bloomburrow content, you know I've gone up against this deck a few times now, and I feel like every time I go into it, I'm not quite sure what to expect. I usually leave the game feeling a little more fond of the commander, because it is a wild and unique commander. But before we jump into the gameplay, I just want to remind you, if you've not yet subscribed to the channel and you've been enjoying the content, to please maybe consider doing so. It means a lot to the channel, it means a lot to me. I also want to shout out, I've got a lot of super nice comments and been interacting with a lot of people in the comments of some of my videos, and it just means a lot. And seeing the support just makes me happy. It makes me want to keep doing stuff like this. So big shout out to everyone watching the videos. And I think it's time we jump into the gameplay. All right, Pantlaza first up. Let's see how we do. I don't quite know how this is gonna go yet. We're gonna find out. And yeah, this is probably a keepable hand. Any hand with mana rock, you know I love it. We'll surveil. Do we need a fourth land? Yeah, you know what? We'll keep it. Flubs will let us start cranking our lands out, so I'd rather have a abundance of lands than not enough lands. Get down the Signet. And we can even go for Omnath. Do we go for Omnath first? That is the question of all questions. Well, there's another land. I think we go for Omnath, right? Let's try it. They might have the removal. They might not. Take that. Well, they didn't have the lightning bolt. That was good. I was a little afraid that might happen. I mean, we're definitely on a ramp up at this point. More lands, eh? All right. Do we get Flubs out now? I don't think we get Flubs out yet. Let's go Scalding Tarn. Put a counter. Crack the Tarn. Fetch us up a Triome, maybe? That seems good. Get a counter. Let's go for Flubs. Put down the steam vents. Trigger. We discard the island. Pass turn. Swing with a 6/6. Okay. Pass the turn. Whew, that felt like a lot. It wasn't. I get stimulated easy. Pantlaza. We do have the Rift to bounce something. Let's see what comes down first. Entish Restoration. Okay, they ramp up. I feel like their Stomper might become an issue because we need to get our damage in. Let's see. They swing with a 4/4. Okay, we will block the 4/4 with a 0/5. Amazing. Do we Rift? No. Okay. Birds of Paradise. That's good. Did we go for that? Or should we just lose it to the... Let's go for the Conduit first. We discard the Birds of Paradise. I don't think we're going to need it. Okay, we play the Scalding Tarn. We get triggers. Counter. We crack the Scalding Tarn. And let's fetch up probably something untapped. We'll go Stomping Ground. Sure. Untap. Trigger. We'll play the land again. Start drawing cards with Flubs into the north. Hey, that's pretty good. We'll play that. Draw a card. Amazing. Another land. Perfect. Let's go Green Source. Landfall. Trigger. Draw a card. sack this. Go fetch up a... Let's get a surveil land now. I think we're done casting things, so... Let's see what's on top. It's an Odawara, another land. I don't think we need that. Famous last words. Prismari command, okay. We'll, swing with 11-11. Lock with the Stomper. Okay. You know, I think we're doing fine. Flubs is definitely not the easiest deck to pilot, as far as making sure you make the right decisions, but I don't know. It's fun, it's silly. Is our Omnath gonna die? How many lands do they have? Better yet. Ooh, that's a Thalia mana. No, Pokemon Yadaro instead. I think I'm okay with that. Ooh, and a Kahira. Alright. And a Ragavan. Probably just for the chump blocking, I would imagine. The nice thing is we can deal with the... We can deal with the Ragavan. And the Kahira. Frankly. If we go Shifting Woodlands, we discard the Bivouac? Well, actually... Yeah, we'll discard this. We can Beanstalk, or do we Prismari? I think we Prismari command. Okay, 2 damage to any target. And treasure. So we'll... What is more valuable, to be honest? I'm gonna hit the Kahira, I think. Because that might be a longer term problem. You know? Swing in. They're probably gonna have to block with one of them anyways, yeah. So I think regardless how we Prismari command, they would still end up losing both creatures. Demon Bolt is good. There's a Kama. Ooh, nasty. Okay. So, how do they... Oh, Utopia Sprawl. It's a bit of a whiff on their part, I guess. How do they want to divvy this damage up? They can kill Flubs. They can kill our... Oh, no, instead they're going for Invasion of Ikoria. We're X to 7. Uh-oh. Is this... Not Crater Hoof. A Thalia? It's probably a Thalia. Is it a Thalia? It's a Thalia. Who would have thought? Alright. Now we're in trouble. Oh, they hit our Omnath. Well, at least they got an Expel. Alright. Now we're in trouble. Oh, they still... Alright, well, they still got something out of that. Alright, now I am worried. Let's... Ooh, I probably should have done this before. Well, hold on. Let's see. Sorry. Okay, let's hit the Pantlaza. Draw a card. It's a Kellen. That's a sorcery, though. Okay. Oracle's Messenger. Investigate. You may play an additional land this turn. What's in my graveyard, I guess? The Beanstalk Giant. So we could have a 9/9. Let's go. If we play this, that's a cast trigger. It won't trigger anyway. So let's just go for Kellen. We'll go Adventure Side first. Discard a card. Okay. We will cast, right? Do we want to cast? We'll leave 1, 2, 3, 4. This costs 4 mana. Okay. Let's go for Kellen. Let's see. We draw Fable Passage. Okay. That is a good thing. We need some lands. We had all the lands and then we had less lands. We will activate the Fable Passage. Gosh, they're at 20 life still, though. doesn't feel like we're getting where we need to be. Counter, draw a card. Okay, well this, that's not bad actually. Enters tapped unless it's your turn. Okay. Okay. Let's swing. And see what they do. Okay. They take our Omnath. Target permanent card in your graveyard until end of turn. 3 damage. To me. Well, that's rude. That's it. Okay, we have this. We have this. This is only activate. Oh, no, at any time. Entered. Okay. If they flip the Atali, we can bounce it. Here next Rex. Ooh, we might bounce that too. Let's see. No, but this is Ward 4. We'll see. Pass the turn. We can turn the Shifting Woodlands into a 9/9, so we will do that. We will have it become this Beanstalk Giant. We can't do... Or no, we can still do the Hornlocked Whale. Okay. No, we can't. No. Okay, that's what I thought. So we will block the Tyrannix. And, block... I mean, Zakama has Trample. They both have Trample. So we definitely need to... We'll go like this. Boop, boop, boop. Do we maybe trade? Let's see. They still have mana, which is frustrating. Yeah. Okay. Those trade. We go down to 1 life or poison. Move your commander to the command zone. Yes, please. Okay. The Watcher in the water. I don't think there's much we can do. Whenever you draw your opponent's turn. Let's crack the clue first. Wizard's class. That doesn't help me right now. But we'll play it. Let's see. Okay, this comes down. We will level it up. Level 2. Draw 2. Okay, well, we hit a land. That will draw us a card. Another land. So if we pass, how much? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. Backside does not have ward, 5 mana. So we can't really do anything else. We can't attack either. Okay, end turn. I'm sorry, Omnath. So they can flip the Atali. We do have the bounce spell. And we'll need it if we want to survive. Unless they have the perfect answer now, which they might. That is fine. We'll tap that for blue. Just because we can. Keep them guessing. Fatal Passage. They crack it. What we want is we want them to spend the mana to flip Atali. And then to swing out, I think. Okay, good. Flip Atali. Pass party. They swing with both. Okay. So we bounce the Atali. We block the Zakama. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Oh boy. Wow. Deals 1 damage. Will this be it? Let's see. Into the Datiova. Oh my god. Hold on. Play here. Draw 2. Land. Damage. Counter. Damage. Oh! Oh my god. Holy crap. Wow. I did not think I had that. Wow, what a comeback. All right. Yes. GG's. All right. Oh, we're going up against a Thalia Gitrog deck. This is one of those commanders that always feels like it's like a mountain you have to scale in order to beat, but I think we can do it. I think we can do it with this hand. This is a nice hand. This is a very good hand. Love the hand. Okay. They are mulliganing. How many times? 1, 2, 3, 4. Just once. Okay. Let's go the tap land. Stingerback Terror. I don't think we need that yet. That's a great like mid to late game card. So the plot's kind of nice. Okay, we do get the Mystic turn 1. Okay. So we're gonna Scalding Tarn. I want an untapped source and I want it to be green, so we're gonna go for a Breeding Pool. Pay 2 life so we can into the north and ramp out a... We have a lot of blue, but we have 2 blue. That's gonna be a third. No, it's not. So we're gonna go blue. That is cruel, not blue. Plus, we want to kind of get these lines out as fast as possible because once Thalia Gitrog comes in, they're all tapped. Imrith is a... I'm curious to see how this plays in the deck. It draws you a ton of cards if you don't have cards in hand, which that's quite often. And then it's kind of like a give and take with Flubs. But regardless, you get a ton of selection. So, Copper Line, that's a less good land right now. But with the Dryad, we can still play it. I don't know if the slowness is Arena or if it's my internet. We'll soon find out, I'm sure. Okay, Copper Line comes in. Tapped. Thank you. And we're down to 3 cards in hand. Provisioner, that's good. Rivers or Buke if they have a bunch of treasures. It's always amusing. Balagad Wooded. Do I just get both these out and then Cycrift just to empty my hand? Not Cycrift. You know what I mean. Rivers or Buke. Let's get this down. Let's slow them down. I know I should probably wait longer. I just kind of want my hand emptied. And then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're going to be 1 land away from getting to cast both of these. But look at that. They just rebuild. Having fun. Doing things. Prismari. Imrith. Let's Prismari first. 2 damage. Create a treasure. We're going to hit you, most certainly. We're going to give us a treasure. Perfect. And let's go for Flubs. And sure, we'll attack as well. What the hey? We do have a Wooded Foothills as well to crack. Maybe we'll do that on end step and go get a Surveil land, I think. See what we're drawn into here. Oh, Flubs goes away. Well, that was rude. Okay, that's fine. They appreciate take action. They respect the Flubs, so they probably have played against it is my guess, because yeah, that's the right move, is to destroy Flubs. Let's go fetch up a... We'll still get a Surveil land, I think. Colors... let's go the Hedge Maze. It doesn't matter as much since we have the Dryad out, but I still want to try and account for Omnath. Hey, all right now. That's good. Always want to account for when Dryad goes away. You know how it is. Let's go Imrith now, because we'll get to start drawing cards next turn, and we have Ward 4, which is great. Especially when the opponent only has 6 mana currently. Yeah. I'm going to reset my router after this game and see if that helps. We'll see. Apparently it's a neighborhood issue. Not to divulge a bunch of boring personal life mundane stuff, but ooh, that's annoying. Yeah, we had the internet people come out today and well, that's a solution to that problem. And they said that it's a well, I timed out there for a moment. They said that it was an issue with the entire neighborhood. So why would they sacrifice? Oh, wow, that was a weird move. Okay. Draw cards with the Imrith. Thank you. We'll play the land. We'll discard. Oh, we have to discard one of our babies. Yeah, I don't know why you would sack the... Unless they have a way of recurring it, maybe, is my guess. Pause as the game times out. Oh, that's not a good sign. Alright. I'll be back. Okay, we're back. We're gonna end turn. I played the land. But Flubs didn't trigger. Why didn't... Is that weird? Hold on. Okay. Sorry, the Bountiful Landscape, I played that as land for turn with Flubs out, but Flubs didn't trigger. Sorry. Elish Norn was gone. Flare Fortitude. Let me know in the comments if I did something. Please. Because that seems... sorry, Gargroth. That seems weird. Bountiful Landscape. It's back in my hand. Am I losing my mind? Is the arena bugging out? I don't know. Help me. Why did that just go back to my hand? Draw 3. That's nice. Thank you. I will play a second land. Thank you very much. Trigger, trigger. Bounce. Discard. Okay. Something's going weird with this game. Alright, Omnath is gone. Rest in peace, Omnath. They're at 4 life, though. Finale for 3. They need to get a flyer. Which doesn't matter because I can bounce the flyer anyways. I'll definitely have to watch this footage back, but or I guess that's the other issue. Oh, but they can't destroy Imrith because it's got ward. Oh, it doesn't. Imrith doesn't have... Oh, right, if it's in... Got it. Got it. Okay. That one is... That's normal. That makes sense. Okay, we're going to bounce Thalia. Discard a card. Perfect. We're going to flash this out to draw a card. We're going to play a land. And then we're going to draw a card. Okay. I think so. That was my dog. Things are starting to happen now. Let's just go ahead and hit Scoot Swarm. I mean, we'll slow down the Scoot Swarm train. Draw a card. Augur of Autumns. Okay. And we will swing. And that's it. All right. That was weird. Please let me know if I missed something or if Arena was being weird with that game. But GG's. Hey, that was a long queue up. Is the game gonna start? Oh, I think maybe it will. Okay, maybe we're here. Maybe we're doing things. The internet problems persist. We're gonna take a molly, believe it or not. Yeah. Yeah, I like this. Yeah. Let's go, Misty, down into a... Gosh, an untapped breeding pool. Pay 2 life. And we'll put the Utopia Sprawl on top of that. And we'll choose green. Getting our ramp on, baby. Tangle Florahedron. Alright. Go for Druid class. Play a land we don't have. Let's go. Let's just get the Druid class down. And Copperline Gorge. Perfect. And nah. That seems aggressive. We'll see what they play. And then bolt it. Yeah, opponent going for the replicating ring. Counters. Yeah, I guess that's pretty good with Vorinclex, eh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'd be 6. They could get Vorinclex at next turn. So let's blow this up and get them off. So we ended up blowing up the Florahedron. Sorry about it. Land, gain a life. We'll go emerging sequence. Search for a... Let's go for a mountain. Draw a card. And Bird's Paradise? Seems good. Perfect. Amazing. Why is this a... Take the land cover on the battlefield, tap then shuffle. That land becomes a 0/0 green and blue fractal creature that's still... Oh. That's funny. Listen, Arena's been acting some kind of way, so... Everything looks more suspicious to me today. Elder Gargroth. Do we like? Yeah, we'll go for this. And, don't really want to swing into that, so we're gonna pass. No, we can't quite level up our Druid class yet. Vorinclex comes down. So this is whenever creature deals combat damage to a player or battle. Look at that many cards on the top of your library. I mean, I definitely want to trade. That seems like a fair trade. And we'll create a little beastie. Yep, I am a-okay with raiding the Vorinclex. This might be an issue. It had trample, so I didn't see really any point to block it at this time. Alright, so we will go... Let's go first land, enter... Oops, sorry, jump the gun. Go for Flubs. Go for second land. Triggers. Draw a card. Okay, can't play that land. We can play... Or, sorry, we can level this up, though, and we can play this land. Look at that. Druid class. Gotta love it. We can level this up one more time. Target lane controls becomes... The only thing is we... Still land... So if we go 1, 2... green 3, we level this up. We choose this land because it's untapped, and we swing at them for 11 damage. Okay, Locust God will be a great thing to play. Let's see if we get get to play. We should. They're not getting Vorinclex down. And they're going for the Cultivate as well. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. Let's see how long before I feel not good. Ozlith, that's fine. The Doomscar Warrior will get in, probably. Which is fine. 7 damage. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player battle, look at that many cards from the top of your library. You may be able to creature land. Yeah, but they didn't attack. Oh, that seemed weird. Well. Ooh, okay. Let's go for the Locust God. We're gonna have to discard the Wizard's Class. Sorry about that. Is it worth even cycling that at this point? Alright, well, let's go 8/8. Just the 8/8. Oof, down to 6. I guess we could have... No, we couldn't have alpha'd. Last turn. Alright. We didn't get a big Flubs chain that turn, but that's okay. I always have to remember that when... if you pass your turn with 1 card in hand and you upkeep and draw a card, it kind of throws everything off, so... Something to keep in mind when you play this deck. You really want to just be like... 0 cards at all time. Okay. The ooze comes down... I think we're... Put the counter on you. Do they swing with it? I mean, yeah, they don't really want to, I guess. Okay, pass the turn. Counters, counters. Stingerback Terror. See, that's a good card to get right now. Play that. Draw a card. Perfect. Create a bug. We'll play land. Trigger. Being life. Draw a card. Land. Create a bug. Perfect. Do this. Drew a glass. Flubs. Land. Draw a card. Bug. Alright. Well, we got the Flubs Train going there. Alright. GG. Alright. Welcome to the Deck Tech. Today we are talking about Flubs the Fool. This is a very interesting commander and has garnered a lot of buzz, and rightfully so. This is a Teamer 3-mana Frog Scout that says you may play additional lands on each of your turns. Whenever you play a land or cast a spell, draw a card if you have no cards in hand. Otherwise, discard a card. And it's a 0/5 because it's got a big butt. Okay, so this is a very interesting deck. You can take it a lot of different ways. It's admittedly a pretty difficult, not difficult, but intricate deck to play to really maximize what you're doing. So going into this, just to let you know, this deck is probably not a great super beginner deck, but if it interests you, give it a whirl because it's still a ton of fun. So as you can see today, we have a billion categories. We're going to go through these as quickly as possible just to kind of break down exactly what angles you want to take when building a deck like this. First of all, I know Flub says you may play an additional land on each of your turns, but we really want to get our lands out and fast. So we have quite a few cards that let us double land. So Druid Class, Explorer, Azusa, Dryad, Wayward, Swortooth, Oracle Moldial, all these let us play extra lands. Azusa lets us play 2 extra lands. So we really just want to be able to play land, 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 and just keep cycling through, right? Because the idea of this deck is you always want to be empty-handed, because that way you can just churn through your deck crazy fast. Because we have a lot of that kind of stuff, we also have some landfall synergies. I didn't want to go super heavy in the landfall, but I still wanted to, you know, capitalize on all the lands we are playing. Lotus Cobra, Springheart, I think these are absolute staples. Springheart is relatively new still. Tireless Provisioner as well. Then we have some Omnaths. We have the 2-color, 3-color Omnath, and then we have Tatiova as well, just to kind of round out that batch of landfall cards. The next category is, I mean, we still want to just keep ramping, right? You can't just not play lands. You gotta do more than that. So this is our kind of generic ramp. We have cards like Strike It Rich. That's just a kind of 1-for-1. You play it, you create a treasure, you get your 1 mana back, you can keep churning. A good card you want to get in if you're like mid Flubs combo. Bird of Paradise as well. This is just an auto staple in any green deck. Utopia Sprawl, again, low mana. If you notice, our curve in general is going to be quite low. We have a lot of 1, 2, 3s. And then that just continues. I kind of wanted to have a bit of a animate land sub-theme in this deck. So you see cards like Emergent Sequence in this deck, Llanowar Loam Speaker as well. Since we have so many lands, I thought we might as well swing with them. And then, yeah, these are pretty typical. Path to the Festival is not the best ramp spell, but it does have flashback. So it just lets you cast it again. And you'll see cards. This is the only flashback, that's why it's not its own category, but we have a lot of cards that let us kind of cheat flubs and get away from having to discard cards. This category here is our recursion. This is mainly for just recurring lands. I'm not too worried about recurring other stuff. We have the Shifting Woodlands, which is just a fantastic card. I highly recommend if you're doing anything graveyard related. Slogurk, again, cares about lands getting put in the graveyard, and we're discarding a lot of cards, so we will be discarding some lands, so we'll be able to get value with Slogurk. Crucible, Conduit lets us play lands from our graveyards. We have a lot of fetch lands as well, which help in a deck like this, so these are always good hits in your deck. Lumra, I wanted to give it a try. It recurs all the lands in your graveyard, but also it's just a star and vigilance and reach, and I just wanted to try it. And Virtuous Strength, again, on the sorcery side, it's a 1 mana recursion piece, and then on the other side, it just makes your lands tap for a crazy amount. In theory, this should probably go in this category because it's an adventure spell. But anyways, moving on, we have 3 categories here that this is kind of how we're going to cheat around the flubs and not having to discard a ton of cards, but still having lots of stuff to play. We have our Foretell, our Adventure, and our Plot cards. We'll start with the Foretell. This is Saw It Coming. It's our only counter spell in the deck. Makes me sad I can't play my Mana Drain, but in a deck like this, counter spells don't really work that well, and it kind of might screw up your rhythm, but Saw It Coming is great. Foretell it, set it to the side, and you can cast it later. And same goes for Raven Form and Demonic Bolt. It's getting these cards out of your hand into another zone. You don't have to discard them, and if you're empty and run out of gas with flubs, you always have them to kind of start that train going again. Adventure spells are the same way. There's a few more in here. Brazen Borrower is always great. Bone Crusher Giant, just staple cards. Kellen as well is a great new adventure card. And yeah, most of these are, I think these are all different Eldraine cards, right? Yep, we don't have any of the Baldur Gates one. Well, that's not, anyways, that's unimportant. Adventure cards work the same way. You can cast them one way and then kind of set them to the side and cast them for their permanent side later on. All right, Plot. We don't have a lot of Plot. Plot's pretty new. Not a ton of support, but there's still a few cards worth running in here. Fibblethip, I mean, you gotta. I think it's a great way if you see a card on top that maybe you don't want to have to discard, you want to save for later, you can use Fibblethip's ability, plot it, you don't have to worry about discarding it. Stingerback Terror is good specifically in a deck like this because we're usually empty-handed for the most part, so it's usually going to be like a 7/7 or maybe a 6/6, so for 4 mana, and you can plot, so you could just cast it for free later. I think it's good. I recommend it. Railway Brawler. I've been putting this card in like every single deck that cares about counters or anything like that. It's just such a good card. Again, it plots itself and just gives you so much value. When you cast a creature, it gets a billion counters. I love that card. Okay, we've talked about the lands, we've talked about getting cards out of your hand, but we need to talk about drawing a card. Every time we play a land, every time we cast something, we're drawing cards. We want to just be trending, drawing a ton. So we have a lot of cards that care about when you draw cards. Wizard's Class is a cheap 1 mana incidental. It's great because it keeps the chain going because it's just 1 mana. You're not spending a lot. Tamiyo as well. I feel like this is a deck that can actually flip Tamiyo pretty successfully. Drawing 3 cards in 1 turn is quite easy to do, especially once you get it going. So Tamiyo, I think, is a shoo-in for a deck like this. Emrakul's Messenger, Improbable Alliance, Watcher of the Water, and Locust God all just create tokens when you're drawing cards, which is great. It gives you blockers, gives you attackers. Locust God gives them haste, which is fantastic. So highly recommend those kind of cards in a deck like this. And then we have things like Niv Mizzet, draw a card, deal a damage. I love Niv Mizzet. I love these big Izzet, like draw cards matter deck or cards. So I love any deck I'm able to run these in. Watcher in the Water, talked about that. Teferi, again, you can create things that care about drawing cards. It gets loyalty counters. They're just, it's good. You'll find yourself drawing a ton of cards and being able to do some pretty gross things with all those cards. This category is kind of just our generic removal that doesn't fall into one of the other categories. Again, we're kind of keeping that curve low. The only real board wipe I have is the River's Rebuke and then the Overloaded Cyclonic Rift. It's kind of a, you know, we don't have a lot of options, and the ones we do have, I want to still be able to cast them for low mana if possible. And then this is just kind of our miscellaneous column. I wasn't sure quite how to categorize these cards, but I think they're still worth talking about. Inti gives you value when you discard a card, which is great. Augur of Autumns lets you cast from the top of your library. Again, just kind of getting around building up a ton of cards in hand if you're trying to get the Flubs Train going. Uro, again, you're filling your graveyard somewhat regularly, so having a way to escape Uro back out, it's just a good card. It's Simic value. Song Creation is, people say Flubs is like inspired by this card. They're very similar. They work slightly different, but I don't know. I thought it was maybe worth running both of them in the deck. I didn't get too much time with this card. It didn't come up too much, but I still think it's probably worth running. Imrith is kind of my backup plan, so if maybe Flubs isn't sticking around, Imrith helps you just get cards in your hand, but not a ton of cards, but Imrith cares about not having cards in hand, and it's just a 5/5 with Ward, and it's just a good card. I like to run this card when I can. And lastly, Elgar Gargaroth. I mean, I'll be honest, I just love this card. I thought it was good. I wanted a few big beaters in here, and this just checks all the boxes for me. But that's the list. Again, this is a bit of a complicated, can be tricky to get to work right, but if you can get it going, it's a ton of fun. It's silly. I love the art. I love the idea of the Fool Arcana card. It's just fun. I enjoy it. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully the deck tech made sense to you and inspired you to maybe give it a try yourself. But till the next time, I will see you later.